Righty. All right. When last we met, I introduced a project to you. Let me pull that up while people are coming in. All right, so we are coming up on the end of the term. So any outstanding work that you need graded needs to be graded by next week. Otherwise, it stays a zero. All right, assuming that you have done all that you need to do, the final project. Final project is called A Day in the Life. So it's a Google slide presentation, PowerPoint, however, Cami, however you wish to do this, but it's a slide presentation. And you want to select a career and you want to write a detailed account of a day in the life of the career that you're interested in. That means from the time you get up, like you do this like a diary. I got up for work, I made breakfast, I packed my suitcase, whatever it is, briefcase, whatever you do to get ready to go to work. How long do you travel? So an hour by hour. And this is in the first person narrative. So this is as if you work at this company. This is your job. You are going to work. Okay. So it might require that you talk to somebody, interview somebody so that you know what are the typical tasks that a person on this job does in one day. Just want one day. I don't know if you've ever seen the Pit. The Pit whole TV show is about 24-hour day, even though it's lasted so many episodes. Every episode is about part of the day. So that's what you're going to do. You're going to create hour by hour, getting ready for work and coming home. So you don't have to say I went to bed, or you can, as you can say at the end of the day, I got home and I crashed, and you can do that. Okay. So you want to have a description. So that means that you need to say at such and such a time of day, this is what's going on. At lunchtime, this is what's going on. I took a break. There's a break room where most people have lunch. Um, if there's special equipment that is involved, what equipment do they use in the course of a day? Um, do they go to meetings most of the day? Are you being crafty most of the day? What are you doing with your day on this job? Okay, describe the tools that you need to use, the location and the workspace. Are you working with people or are you working in a workspace by yourself? And you need at least 3 pictures of activities that are being done. Obviously, they're not going to be pictures of you because you don't actually work there, but pictures of people working at an activity during the day. So that the picture should accompany whatever part of the day that you are describing. Okay. All right. So you're going to have to do a little research. You're going to have to create, it should be creative and organized in such a, when I say organized, it needs to be organized in a 20, it doesn't have to be 24 hours. It could be, most people have an 8-hour job. You might have a 10-hour job. So it could be at least 8 to 10 hours worth of description, and actually the hour before you go to work, the hour after you go to work. So that timeline, that's organization. And at the end, you want to have a personal reflection. So at the end of the day, when you get home, what did you think of your workday? All right. Any questions about that? Questions. All right, as always, please use class time for class work so that we can get this done. And again, it's due by the 15th, but what we will do with the days after the 15th is share. So make it pretty so you can share. I will use the collab board like we did for the other posters. We'll reuse another collab board like that. Okay, questions, any questions? Everybody knows what they have to do. Everybody knows what job they want to do. All righty. I'll stop sharing so I can do attendance. Again, please do makeup work first. Make sure all the missing assignments are in and then start working on this. The other things will be late and you don't want them to be late so many days that you lose points, a lot of points. Because this is calculated by the grade book. I don't calculate that. It knows what the due date is. It takes off so many points for how many, for when the time, it knows when you posted it and it'll take off points accordingly. So let's make sure we're not losing a whole lot of points because we're too lazy to turn it in. Because that happened. I just talked to 3 people today. I did it. I just didn't get around to posting it. I am doing phone calls and letters for those people who have fallen behind. So let's try to make that not about you. Although most of the people who have fallen behind have done so because they choose not to come to class. And then we have some who come to class and don't do anything. All right, we live with our choices in life. All right, so again, everybody is working on their final project. Why is this not? All right, again, for the benefit of those who just came in, please turn in all missing work first. The deadline for missing work is almost a week from today. Nothing will be accepted late after that date. And then you have the final project to do. Good afternoon. They're working on their final project, A Day in the Life. Yeah. And the one I just did. Okay. All right, there's still some of you have quite a few missing assignments. Please make sure that they are in by next Wednesday. At the moment, they don't have zeros, but they will have zeros by then. In fact, they'll have zeros tomorrow. Right, if you're in a good place to stop, you can go ahead and stop. Or I should say log out. You should continue working if you have the time. If you started working on something, finish working on it. But you may log out for the day. You have a great rest of your day and see you tomorrow. Any questions before you go? Jeez. Cheese is good. Cheese was